What's up, QB Squad? Welcome back to my channel. For you watching this video for the first time, I'm Stephanie. As you can see in the title, I'm talking about real identity. We may all have encountered some people who switch personalities when they are with different people and wonder what just happened. Sometimes filled with godly manners, especially when surrounded by godly people, and the rest of the time it's almost impossible to know they're Christians unless they tell you so, because they act so indifferently to non-believers. Yet Malachi 3 verse 18 says, "And again, you will see the distinction between the righteous and the wicked, between those who serve God and those who do not." In this case, switching personality is equivalent to wearing a face mask that creates a bogus lifestyle. Some even battle with their mind to remember what lies they've told to whom at what time in order to be on check with the previous one. And some have become so comfortable that they don't even need to think twice before they flip the switch. Why go through such a struggle where you're only careful about what you say because you're scared, you fear that your lifestyle, your lies could overlap with whatever you've said to someone else? Why not be neutral? You don't gotta put a face, you don't gotta put a behavior or lifestyle, a face mask just to please others, okay? They either take you with your flaws or they don't. You don't need to please nobody who don't accept you with your flaws. Even God says, come as you are. He didn't say come as you are because he thinks you're perfect. He said come as you are because he knows you got flaws. He knows you fall. He knows you make mistakes. He knows you stumble. And he wants you to come like that so he can change you. He can work on the problems that you got. You cannot work on your problems by yourself. That's why so many decide to put on face masks. They put on behaviors just to please others. Look, you can fool people by wearing identity masks that please them, but you can never fool God because he sees through you. He knows what's inside of you. Not only what comes out of your mouth, but he sees your heart. He knows everything that's inside of you. So come as you are. And this is why he says a good way to recognize and discern people is by their fruit of the Spirit. Matthew 7 verse 15 says, "Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravenous wolves. You'll know them by their fruits." 18. "A good tree cannot bear bad fruit, nor can a bad tree bear good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown in the fire. Therefore, by their fruit you'll know them." Stop putting identity mask on your face because of that, you'll be thrown in the fire, okay? Be your genuine self. It's okay to make mistakes. We're all not perfect. The second reason people wear a mask is because they are afraid to be judged. And this happens because of the peer pressure that's around us from social media, friends, and family. Saying that at a certain point of your life, you should have this or that and be doing this. And if you don't, it becomes a problem. And many people fall under the trap of comparison, obviously by what they see and hear from the people in their circle. And this unnecessary level of comparison usually build a level of dissatisfaction about your own life, your own journey, your own path, your own achievement. Just because you're the only one in your circle who hasn't graduated, doesn't make money, doesn't have your own house, your own car, doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't club, doesn't date, doesn't mean that you're not in a good pace in your life. Okay? We all have our own path, all have our own time frame. But the problem is many people usually become insecure about what the people in their circle do. And they begin to feel like maybe going out every night is cool. Maybe multiple dates is cool. I should maybe try to blend with them. And from that point, it's from that point that many people decide to put on a face mask. They will put on the behaviors, they will put on the lifestyle, they will put on the dress code, they will begin to act like others just because it's cool. But the problem is, putting on a lifestyle to blend with others gets you so far from God, so far from your genuine self, that at first you may not realize it. You may be thinking at first that I'm just doing this just to blend in. I'm still myself. But doing it over and over for a long period of time, you could wake up one day and say, How did I get this low? Who am I? You don't recognize yourself. And then from that point, you begin to blame it on God. It's because of you. You let this happen. You didn't stop me. No. God will tell you that if you want to be like others, it's free will. You go ahead and you be like others. Okay? You have a choice to tell your friends. You have a choice to tell people in your circle, I am me. I do this and I don't do that. You have the power to say it. Nobody's going to stop you. We don't realize that the price of blending in with others means completely losing yourself. This is why Jesus says in Matthew 16 verse 26, "For what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world but loses his soul? Or what will a man give as an exchange for his soul?" There's nothing that your friends, the people in your circle, can do to give you your soul. Okay? You work on your soul. They either will have you get lost from the path that God has planned for you, or will help you get closer to God. So you make that choice. Don't lose your way or soul to please people. In fact, lose people who are stopping you from pleasing your soul, who is God. None of the people you decide to change your life negatively for could do the same for you. There's nobody who will become a drunkie for you. There's nobody who would start smoking weed every day for you. Anything that's negative that you've decided to change for them, nobody will do that for you. So you don't have to worry about whether they would like you or not, okay? Just come as you are, accept your flaws, go to God with your flaws, because He will make you perfect. Nobody should tell you how to live, who to be, what to do and what not to do, okay? Only God can do that. If you've been feeling like this message is for you, you've been stuck in a way that you've been doing things because they do it, just remember that it's not too late. You can wake up one day and say, okay guys, I'm not doing this no more. My time is up. My time is up to be my genuine self. My time is up to go back to God and fulfill the purpose that He has for you. Okay? Don't let nobody tell you that your time is not valued, you're not worth it. And if you've been feeling like your life doesn't meet the worldly standard, you're not on time, your path is crazier, longer, harder, let me just remind you that God has chosen you. No matter what trials you face, no matter what challenges you face, no matter where you're at in your life, He has a prosperous plan for your life. Don't get discouraged. Don't get influenced in a negative way, okay? Just keep doing what you do and believe that God will make it happen. Last but not least, being different isn't bad, but it makes you unique. You stand out, you're a leader, and you're an example, just like Jesus. Jesus had to face a lot of challenges. He had to make a lot of sacrifices. Jesus couldn't act a certain way. He couldn't dress a certain way. He couldn't behave a certain way because He was a leader, okay? You are a leader, so everything you do has to reflect God. Whether it's your speaking, your dressing, your behavior, wherever you're at, you need to represent Jesus. So stop trying to fit with people who live their life differently. We all have a different path. We all have a different mission. We all have different purpose. Okay? So remove all the masks that you've put in order to hide things you're not proud of. Remove all the masks that you've put on to blend in with people and accept the real identity God has given you. I hope this message can encourage you. If you think it will encourage someone, do not forget to share it with them. And until next time, I will see you all in my next video. Bye!